All right, 3.2. Just taking notes in your notebook. The goal for today is to solve a linear system using combinations or elimination. All right, so it'll be a system again, two equations, just like we've been doing. Difference is previously we graphed them, like we put them in y equals form and graphed them. This time around, won't be doing any graphing. We're going to do this other method called combinations elimination. So jot down the goal quick, and then here we go. All right, don't need to write this stuff down. This is just kind of a review. A system is two or more equations, and when you solve the system, you find an XY pair that works for both, right? And there are those special cases where there isn't an answer and stuff, but generally you'll get like one XY pair as your answer. There's going to be three methods in this chapter for solving a system. The graph method, which we already did, eliminations, combinations, which is what today is, and then there'll be one final method called the substitution method. But today is eliminations, combinations. All right, and it's kind of like you expect. To eliminate something, you get rid of it, make it disappear. That's what we're going to be doing with the x's or the y variables in our equations. We're going to eliminate one of them. Okay, so there's a bunch of steps for this, and if you want to jot these down, you can. If you feel like you know this method really well, not important to write them down, but basically the way you're going to want to do this is you want to line up the y's and the x's. So you want to get your system looking something like this. Right? You want to get them so they line up the y's and the x's. And then number two is kind of an optional step. You need to get the system so it looks like the one I have up here in blue, where the x's currently would add up to 0, right? Because we're going to add the two equations together, and we want one of the variables, either the x's or the y's, to be eliminated, disappear, and that happens when you have like 3 and -3. Right? So sometimes that already happened, like in the blue one, but sometimes you'll have to multiply the equations by values to make that happen. So just one example, one more example maybe of what we want, just making this up, is here you would have the y's that would cancel because you have +2 and -2. So that's what you want to do before you do step 2, which is to add them together, and then one variable be eliminated. Okay, that's kind of the hard part. Once you get the one variable eliminated, you can just solve for one of the variables, and you get like x equals 7, and then you'll substitute that answer of x equals 7 or whatever into one of the equations to get the other answer. So again, if you want to jot these down, you can. Otherwise, just do the sample problems. If you feel like you know this, just have the sample problems in your notes. Okay, so here's the first one where we're going to solve. So jot this one down and we'll go over it as a class. This is the easiest kind where you don't, like sometimes later we'll have to like multiply one of the equations by 2 or something, but this is the easiest case where you don't have to do that. All right, we can add them together right away and one of the variables will disappear. So I have a question for you. If we add these together, which will disappear right now, the x's or the y's? All right, so you can check. Hopefully you realize that the y's will disappear because you have positive and -3y. So when we add, we'll get 6 x's. These things add up to a big old 0. And then 16 plus 18 is 24. All right, and so we've eliminated the y variables by combining the two equations. All right, so from here, super easy. This is like Justin level math here. You just divide by 6, and you'll get your answer of 4. Okay, so we're not quite done yet because we still need to find y. So take our answer for x, and you can put it in either equation, substitute it in there, but I'm going to use the top one because it does not have that subtract symbol in. So in general, I think the top one's a little bit easier to work with because there's no negative symbol. So put 4 in place of x, and now just solve this for y. 4 times 4. Now minus 16 from both sides. Divide by 3. And you can do that. 0 divided by 3 is just 0. So our answer is x4 and y0. Okay. next one, if you want to copy this one down, and they slowly add twists or difficulty to them. The trick on this one is we could try to add these right now. So again, copy this down, and I'll go through it with you, pause it if needed. So if we try to add right now, we get 1x, 2y, and 7. And that's no good because we want one of the variables to be eliminated. All right, so we have to multiply either the top or the bottom by something so that they'll add up to 0. If we look at the y's, we have positive 1y and positive 1y. So I'm going to take the bottom one times negative 1. So I'm going to keep the top equation exactly the same. Do the bottom one times negative 1. All right, and now we have positive 1y and negative 1y, right? We also could have got the x's to disappear here, but I'm just going to do the y's. And so now with positive and negative 1y, when we add these together, we get 3x, the y's disappear, and 9. And now just divide both sides by 3. So we get x of 3. All right, and so that's the first one. And now we just plug that back in to either equation to get the other variable y. So I'm going to put my 3 up here for x. So I'm going to have 2 times 3 plus y has to be 8. 2 times 3 minus 6. So our solution to this system is x3 and y2. Okay, so this is a little more complex. The previous one, we could just add them together right away. This one, we needed to multiply by negative 1 first before we could add them together. All right, another example. If you want to copy this one down quick. And then I got a question for you. So right now, if we add these together, the x's or the y's won't add up to 0, so neither one will be eliminated. So this is a case where we got to multiply one of the equations, or maybe both of the equations, by a value to get them to add up to 0. So my question is, if we wanted these x's to disappear, what would we have to multiply the first equation by to make it so that the x's would add up to 0? All right, back with you. Hopefully you got a 3 here. So that would give us minus 9x, 6y, so I'm distributing here, and 54. Okay, and you're going to do nothing with the second equation, just rewrite it underneath here. All right, and then from here, we just have to add these together and figure out x and y. So I'm actually going to leave that to you and try it in your notes and submit your answer. All right, so when we add these together, the x's disappear now. It's fantastic. The y's, we have positive 3y. And if you add those together, we have positive 9. So now we know y, just divide by 3 and we get 3. Okay, and then to find x, use either equation. I'm just going to go on the top equation again. Minus 3x plus 2 times 3 has to be 18. So minus 3x plus 6 equals 18. And then just solve for x. Minus 6 divide by negative 3. And so we have our xy solution of x negative 4 and y 3. All right, so this lesson I kind of split up. I know there's a little more in this video, but if you want to start the homework and try 22 through 24, they should match what you have in notes so far. And I do have one quick hint for you too. And your hint is on 22. This one in the past, I know a lot of kids kind of had a mistake. So I was just going to try and help you with this. So on 22, it looks like this. And you can add them together right away because the y's will add up to 0. And so I know in the past what I've seen a lot of students do is write x equals 14. the y's cancel out, but it's actually x plus x, so you should get 2x equals 14. Y's cancel out, and then I'm going to leave it for you to solve from there. And again, do this first set and then come back and watch the rest of the video. Okay, so hopefully you pause the video, do the first set. Now I'm back with you doing the last question for notes here. And this is the hardest case. So in the previous examples, we only had to multiply one of the equations by a value to get them to add up to 0, the x's or the y's. Not so on this one, all right? So the deal is, right, if you look at the x's, you can't just like double x to get them to match or triple it or something. Same thing with y's, right? It'd be nice if we could just like take the first one times 5 or times 4 and get the y's to add to 0, but that doesn't work for the y's or the x's here. Okay, so what happens is we have to multiply both of the equations by a number to get them to cancel out, right? And it's sort of like common denominators with fractions, where if we just take the x's in this one, we have 2 and 3. So if I take the first one times 3 and the second one times 2, I can get 6 and 6, kind of like a common denominator of 6 for those two. Only thing I'm going to modify is I want like positive 6 and negative 6x. So I'm going to take the second one times negative 2 so that we get a negative 6x to go with our positive 6x. Okay, so just distributing all this, make sure you distribute it to all the parts. So I'm just taking all of it times 3 on the top there, and then everything times negative 2 on the bottom. So minus 6x plus 10y, and that would be 14. Now it's add time, ladies and gentlemen. So now the x's will add to 0. So add those up, and they get nothing. Zoop. And then negative 12 plus positive 10 is negative 2y. And negative 18 plus 14 is negative 4. And now we got y. Now we got it. Divide by negative 2. Y is 2. And then substitute to find the other variable. Just to mix it up, I'm going to use the bottom equation. It really doesn't matter. I'm going to use the bottom one. So I'm going to have 3x minus 5 times 2 equals negative 7. Now I'll use my math algebra skills. So 3x minus 10 equals negative 7. Add 10 to both sides. Divide by 3. Smiley face, smiley face. Right, we got x1, y2. And we solved, that's it.